Good afternoon and welcome back to the Patty Center as we get ready for our final game of the afternoon of the double header this week for Alaska Nanook men's and women's basketball. The men getting ready to take on Western Washington. We'll take a look at the GNAC standings. Western Washington right now tied in fourth with a 3-3 overall, or a 3-3 GNAC record. Northwest Nazarene also at 3-3, and Alaska with a 1-5 mark. Simon Fraser 1-5 in Central Washington after picking up their first GNAC victory here at Alaska on Thursday night. So the Nanooks right now on a 4-game losing skid, looking to break that and see if we can go 500 here at home and try to get this one against the Western Washington Vikings. Western Washington with former West Valley player, Fairbanks resident Daniel Hornbuckle, played a year here up at UAF and then went to Portland Community College, then ended up at Western Washington. Been a good fit for him there, now in his senior season, so his final time to play here at home in front of the home crowd. So we're going to send it down to our public address announcer, Andrew Button, and get our starting lineups.
Starting at guard, a 6'1" senior from Fairbanks, Alaska, number 3, Daniel Hornbuckle. Starting at guard, 5'10" junior from Kent, Washington, number 5, D'Angelo Minnis. Starting at forward, a 6'9" junior from Brentwood, California, number 13, Jonathan Ned. And starting at forward, a 6'8" redshirt freshman from Everett, Washington, number 23, BJ Hawley. And the rest of the Western Washington University Vikings, who are head coach in his 11th season is Mr. Tony Dominguez. His assistant coaches are David Dunham, Bob Hofstadter, and Atalia Jude. And next for your Alaska Nanooks and their court crew. Their court crew members were Alex Drua, Elias Gazette, and Paul Schwab. And now for your Alaska Nanooks, starting at forward, a 6'8" junior from Seattle, Washington, number 0, Abdul Mohammed. Starting as shooting forward, a 6'7" freshman from Bothell, Washington, number 2, Tyler Morris. Starting at point guard, a 5'10" junior from Milpitas, California, number 3, Brian Newman. Starting at guard, a 6'6" senior from San Antonio, Texas, number 11, Jordan Canale. And starting at forward, a 6'7" redshirt junior from Seattle, Washington, number 22, Nick Hopkins. And the rest of your Alaska Nanooks, who are head coach in his 5th season is Mr. Greg Sperling. His assistant coaches are Drew Hedman and Quinn Doherty.
All right, welcome back. We've got our starting lineups announced here. Western Washington, the Vikings in town after being down in Anchorage on Thursday and picking up a 5-point victory over the Seawolves, 79-74. Nanooks dropping one here at home on Thursday to Simon Fraser, losing that one by 9 and giving Simon Fraser their first win in the GNAC. Nanooks right now on a 4-game losing skid, so looking to break that here against the Vikings. Of course, big cheering section here for Daniel Hornbuckle, former West Valley Wolfpack player, played a year up here at UAF and now finds himself in his senior season with Western Washington University. So I know he would like to put on a nice show here for his former hometown crowd. Western Washington in the dark blue, Nanooks in the home golds, and we are underway. This is Johnson at the point, gives it up. Colley, he drives the lane on Hopkins. Back out on top. This is Ned. Offensive is going to go on Jonathan Ned, the 6'9" junior out of Seattle, Washington. I'm sure the Vikings were watching the Seahawk game. Here as they were waiting to come out. Seahawks season has come to an end. There's Nguyen with Minnis all over him. They're going to work it inside Kanoe. Hornbuckle pokes it away from him and leads the Vikings down. Pulls up just short on the 3 attempt, and now Nguyen quickly back. He's going to challenge. Gives it up. Miris, his shot block. Hopkins with it now. He gets fouled in the lane, and he'll go to the line for 2. Hornbuckle picks up the first foul in the contest. Well, actually, that's the second one. So second team foul here on the Vikings. Had one on Ned. Hopkins' first one goes. Tony Dominguez in his 11th season, the head coach for Western Washington, as Hopkins buries the second one. Greg Sparling in his 5th season here for Alaska. Nice crowd here on a Saturday afternoon. Got the men's hockey team working the floor. We've got women's volleyball and women's basketball player up here running the production side. Here comes Kanoe off the miss by the Vikings. Hopkins challenges, goes up. Boy, they've got some height here for the Vikings. 6'9", 6'8" in the paint, starting things out for Western. Hornbuckle sends it back on the top. Big man shooting a 3, no good. Miris with the board. And Miris looks to push the pace. Muhammad looks forward inside, not there. They're going to send it far side, Kanoe. See Greg Sparling calling the play out for his team, waiting for him to do it. Hopkins again goes up, no call. Good job by Colley just to hold his feet, and the shot clock expires on Alaska. Central Washington ladies coming up with a whole bunch of pizzas. 2-0 Nanooks with 17:42 to go. Opening half, and Nguyen ties up the ball handler, D'Angelo Minnis. And possession arrow will go for the Nanooks. You don't see a whole lot of held ball situations in the men's side of things. And the official in there talking to Nguyen and Minnis real quick, as they stay right on each other. So I'm not sure if there's a rivalry between the two. See Minnis from Kent, Washington, Nguyen from California, so maybe just a GNAC rivalry with point guards. Oh, Nguyen open for a second. Doozy goes up and scores. Muhammad's first basket. And for him to fire up the Nanooks, Alaska with a 4-0 lead. 3 minutes gone in the opening half. Hornbuckle with Kanoe all over him, doing a good job. Nanooks in man. Miris challenging, great defense. Hopkins pokes it up. Miris pushes it up, gives it up. Nguyen thought about a 3, looking inside, nothing there. Now over to Muhammad. Coach Sparling telling Hopkins and Muhammad switch up on the high post. Miris open for 3. Short. Hopkins comes away with it, looks inside. Now Nguyen steps back, thought about a 3. He'll step in baseline. 12-footer good. Brian Nguyen good. Nanooks now lead 6-0. Sure, we'll be seeing Jason B. Real Jr. in this one quite a bit with 3 dunks on Thursday night. 2 back-to-back dunks by him. Really got the crowd into it. And a pull-up at the free throw line is good for Minnis. First basket comes for the Vikings with 4 minutes gone in the opening half. And again, Minnis all over Nguyen, and he's whistled for the reach, trying to slap it away and gets the body instead. And that's the third team foul, so we get immediate timeout here on the floor with the Nanooks leading 6-2 with 15:49 to go in our opening half. And we're back out of the media timeout with the Nanooks leading this one 6-2 with 15:49 remaining in our opening half. Nanooks after this will be out on the road. They'll be traveling with the ladies Thursday night next week down at St. Martin's, and then Saturday at Western Oregon. And the men return home Saturday, January 28th, as we take on the Seawolves at home. So we'll have men's basketball against the Seawolves, and then hockey that same night, game number 6 of the Governor's Cup. And we'll get to see Alaska hoist the Governor's Cup for the 12th straight year, as we've already clinched it with 4 victories in that Gov Cup series already, 2 at home and 2 down there, and blocked by Cauley on Muhammad. It'll stay Nanook ball. DJ Cauley, they have got him listed at 6'8". And Jonathan Ned at 6'9". Miris, fadeaway 3. Nice shot. Tyler Miris, the 6'7" freshman. And offensive is going to wave off the basket. It'll stay a 7-point Nanook lead, and that's the 4th team foul on the Vikings. Nanooks yet to commit one. Nanooks still staying with their starters. Sure we'll see B. Real Jr. and plenty of other Nanooks. Back in Jersey, Paul Johnson was in street clothes on Thursday night. Hopkins up and under off the window. Tough shot by Nick Hopkins, gets it to go, being challenged by Nick Velp. Velp will hand it off, Hornbuckle. Here comes Holden, drives into a sea of yellow jerseys, and Muhammad. Well, Miris got his hand up. We'll see if it's going to go on Doozy Muhammad. First foul for the Nanooks. And now Jason B. Real Jr. will check in for Alaska. First one is good for Lucas Holden, 6'7" senior. B. Real again, though, with 3 sweet flushes on Thursday night, 2 of them back to back. One through traffic. Second one good for Holden. Makes it a 7-point Alaska lead. Vikings going to show full court pressure. Muhammad will handle it. And he's going to go all the way. And challenges knocked out of his hands. No call. And quickly back come the Vikings with Minnis at the point. Everybody hounding the ball handler. Three on the way. Trying to sell it, not going to get the call, was Holden. And here comes B. Real Jr. He drives baseline up and under, and in and out. Boy, just hung up on the rim a little bit. Three is good for D'Angelo Minnis with 5 points now, and now a 4-point Alaska lead. Minnis, what a quick release. I don't know if we got somebody bleeding here. Nick Velp's going to head over. Looks like he got popped in the nose, so good job by the official to see that we had a player on the floor bleeding. So Velp over to the trainer table. Muris unable to get it in 5. Coach Sparling thinking that was a quick count. Jeremy Pletnikoff, Michael Fairbanks referee out here for the men's action. Johnson to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle looking to get inside. Pull-up jumper, top of the key, no good. Muris taps the rebound up to himself, slows it up, looking for some help, finds it in Nguyen. 13 and a half to go, first half. DeMarcus Hall-Scriven go over to the scorers table for Alaska. Long three. Muhammad tries to save it in, and it goes right to B.J. Cawley. Minnis, a little fancy on that one, points at himself. That's on me. Had a nice look, just didn't get it to go. Yeah, it's DeMarcus Hall-Scriven, the 6'3" junior. Anchorage, Alaska, first time in for the Nanooks. Kanoe, far side in front of the Viking bench. Muhammad in and out of his hands, able to get to it. 10 on the shot clock. Kanoe looking for it inside. Be Real Jr. going to hang on. Gets the defender to bite, puts it up and in. Be Real Jr.'s first basket makes it a 6-point Alaska lead. Hornbuckle. Gives it up to Minnis. Hornbuckle calls for it. Minnis in the air, bounce pass. Out in a 3 by Holden. Gives Holden 5 points. Minnis up in the air. Sends out the long bounce pass. Gets it to drop. Crowd continues to pour in here. Nice Saturday afternoon crowd. And this time trying to work it into traffic. And Muhammad takes it down with him and goes out. And he gets up a little limpy on the left-hand side of his ankle there. So we got a media timeout. Nanooks leading by 3, 13-10 with 11:59 remaining in the first half. 14 fouls on the Vikings, just 1 on Alaska. And we're back out of our media timeout with 11:59 to go, first half. D'Angelo Menace, your leading scorer right now with 5. Lucas Holden with 5 for the Vikings. Nick Hopkins leading with 4 for the Nanooks. 3-point Alaska lead. Menace challenges to win, no good. Rebound. Jason B. Real Jr. B. Real Jr. gets inside and scores. Gets him fired up. Little flex going on for the junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we'll go to the free throw line. Kai Johnson. First one on Be Real. Second team foul on Alaska. And Kai Johnson will go to the line for a pair. First one good. Hornbuckle getting a breather for the Vikings. Darius Gary, 6'8" junior, first time in for Western Washington. Kai good for both. Lead back to 3 for the Nanooks. Marcus Hallscriven win, a quick release. Boy, in and out. Nice quick release, and too strong, and BJ Cawley wants that one back. And Hornbuckle right back in, and Menace will get a quick rest. Muhammad with it out on top. Everything kind of bunched up right there inside the paint. No look pass. Muhammad gets bumped baseline. He's got to go up and under. Gets the defender up. Three is good for Darius Gary, and you could hear head coach Sparling looking for the travel call, and then they end up coming up with a 3 and tying us at 15. Isaac Garcia over to the scores table. And Mawich Kajani. Wow. BJ Cawley gets in and scores. First Viking lead comes with 9:53 to go in this first half. The win challenges Hornbuckle, gives it up Kanoe at the free throw line. His first basket ties this back up. Ball's loose on the floor and the win with it. Nice job by him of getting up without getting the travel. Kanoe picks it up, another fadeaway jumper, and goes. Kanoe. 2 back-to-back buckets puts Alaska back up by 2. 9:15 mark to go, first half. Nguyen gives a little chest tap to Daniel Hornbuckle. And strong move inside by BJ Cawley. And that gives him 4, and we got a timeout taken here by the Vikings, which would probably turn into a media timeout. So we are tied at 19 with 9:03 remaining timeout here on the floor. We'll have Game 6 of the Governor's Cup at the Carlson Center. Paul Johnson in for Alaska, Isaac Garcia and Mawich Kajani for the Nanooks. Be Real Jr. and DeMarcus Hall Scriven will stay out there for Alaska. Nanooks with a 6-8 overall mark and 1-5 in the GNAC. So looking to get them another GNAC win here at home. Hopkins again was out on Thursday night in street clothes for the Nanooks, so his first time in comes midway through this first half. DeMarcus Hall Scriven out on top. Be Real Jr. to Kajani. Loses his footing and like off the leg of one of the Viking players, so the Nanooks will keep it on their baseline. 8 on the shot clock. Garcia runs into photographer. Let's see if she'll put that one on the social media. DeMarcus Hall Scriven, quick release and good. Scriven's first basket gives the Nanook a 2-point lead. It's Hornbuckle. Big man with some moves, and Kajani gets it knocked out of his hands. Vikings going to show some full court pressure. Garcia is going to have Minnis hounding him now. Be Real backs his man down. Nice little touch, and he scores. He has got 6. Nanooks extend their lead to 4. Just like that, Hornbuckle cuts it right back down to 2 on his first basket. Johnson sends it over. Be Real steps behind that 3-point line. No good. Kajani with the board. Had it, lost it, puts it up, no call. Still loose. And now here comes Minnis off to the races. Switches hands, not comfortable on that left side. Missed layup. Man, his coach is going to make him shoot left-handed layups coming up in their next practice. That shot no good. Oh, it somehow gets tapped in by Kajani. 2 Viking players and Kajani going up for that one. It gets tapped off somebody, but we'll give it to Kajani. 6'11" junior from South Sudan. Hornbuckle gets it. Hornbuckle wants to give his Fairbanks cheering squad something to get excited about in his final game here at the Patty Center in his senior season for Western Washington. Be Real. Selling it is Lucas Holden, so Be Real is going to get the offensive, and that'll bring up a media timeout, and that's the Nanooks' 3rd team foul, 4 on the Vikings. Alaska will go into this timeout with a 1-point lead with 6:22 remaining in this first half. Yeah, and we're back out of the media timeout. Kanoe back onto the floor for Alaska. He'll replace Paul Johnson. 25-24 with 6:22 to go in this opening half. 14 fouls on the Vikings, 3 on the Nanooks. Again, Nanooks, after that magical season last year in the playoff run, winning the GNAC title, coming in as the number 10 seed, and then, man, coast to coast, Jordan Kanoe, 6 points for number 11 for Alaska. Puts the Nanooks up by 3. Hornbuckle gives it up. Minnis going to work off the screen, hangs on to it. Challenging Garcia, lowers his shoulder. No good, and he hits the deck. Garcia tries to get in help. Johnson gets through, picks up his 4th point. Brings his Vikings back within 1. Johnny getting pushed underneath. Three on the way. High rebound. Kajani collides with Johnson. Taps it out. DeMarcus Hall-Scriven drives in, switches hands, and Kajani gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Not too often do you see somebody switch to their left hand going up for a right-handed layup. And Kajani will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Second personal on Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle will head out, and Ned will come back in. And Doozy Muhammad back in for Alaska. 5 exactly left in this first half. For 2 for Kajani at the line. Johnson draws the double team at the free throw line. Minnis gets it back. Wide open 3. No good, and DeMarcus Hall-Scriven. Nanooks having a tough time there in the backcourt, able to get it across. Muhammad. Muhammad gets it stripped away from him. Coach Sparling not happy with that trip down the floor by his Nanooks. Three-pointer. Garcia may have gotten a piece of that one, and here comes Alaska on the push. Kanoe goes in and scores. Kanoe with 8. 3-point Alaska lead. Miras gets ready to come back in for the Nanooks. Velp thought about a 3, gives it up to Ned. Back to Minnis. 7 on the shot clock. Ned drives the lane, and Kajani swats it out of there. Shot clock will stay at 5, and we'll get another media timeout. So when we bring it back, Western Washington will have it on their baseline with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Nanooks lead by 3. Yeah, we're back out of the media timeout. Vikings will get it on their baseline with 5 on the shot clock. Minnis down to 3, puts up a 3 ball, no good off the back of the iron. Mears had it, and Garcia with it will push things up for Alaska. Kajani all alone, rattles around, no good. Minnis again. Garcia's drawn him. And that one off the glass for 3 for Jonathan Ned. Ties things at 29. Garcia puts it up and in as he hits the deck. No call. Garcia's first basket puts Alaska back up by 2. Brian to win at the scorer's table next to Daniel Hornbuckle for the Vikings. Minnis pulls it back. With help, looking for something inside. Then Minnis. Good job by Kajani and Garcia switching up off the picks. 3 on the shot, no good, and a foul instead. And Abdullah Muhammad picks up his second. And a pair coming up for BJ Colley. And we're also going to see Nick Hopkins get ready to return.
Back into the game for the Nanooks is number 3, Brian Newman. Number 22, Nick Hopkins.
Hopkins and Brian Nguyen return, and Muhammad and Garcia will get a break. Both of them good for BJ Colley, ties it at 31. Mears comes back and turns into the point guard. Marcus Hall Scriven. Defense comes out on him, gives it up to Nguyen. Nowhere to go inside. Now he finds Hopkins double teamed. And a quick whistle for a held ball, and it will go to the Vikings as Ned ties up Hopkins. Drew Hedman doing some coaching up off the bench for Alaska. Hornbuckle looking for a foul. Instead, he's called for the travel. So the walk will go on. Hornbuckle will head out. Minnis back in. Minnis has just been a pest for all the Nanook ball handlers. Kajani finds himself wide open, sends it back out on top instead. Nguyen down to 7 on the shot. Inside Hopkins, nice pass. And the finish for Nick Hopkins. Back and forth we go. Hopkins with 6. 2-point Nanook lead, under a minute now. Swing pass out to Minnis, and he drains it, and the Vikings take the lead. Minnis 2 threes in this first half, 8 points. Boy, then he almost comes up with the steal. DeMarcus Hall Scriven airballs that one, and Minnis gets down before everybody, and back-to-back baskets for him. D'Angelo Minnis with 5 unanswered for the Vikings. 36-31 with 33 1:03 left in the first half. Nanooks take a quick timeout as Minnis goes for 5 in less than 10 seconds time. See what Nanooks can do here. There'll be a 3-second differential in the shot clock and the game clock. So 33 on the game and 30 on the shot. All right, here we go. Nanooks with it down to 20 on the shot. Muris looking for some help, sends it cross court. Marcus Hall Scriven shakes the defender, gives it up. Hopkins. Hopkins sends it back out. Now Hopkins, his shot blocked. Still loose on the floor. DeMarcus Hall Scriven with 2 on the shot clock, and he scores. And that would count, and that will do it for the first half. Nanooks will go to the locker room down by 1, 36-35 at the end of our first half. All right, welcome back as we get ready to start the second half here in a close one. 36-35 Vikings with the lead here at halftime. Taking a look at the scoring here for Western Washington. D'Angelo Minnis, their leading scorer, with 10. Daniel Hornbuckle with 5. 6 for B.J. Colley. And 5 for Lucas Holden. For Alaska, your leading scorer is Jordan Kanoe with 8, so nobody for Alaska into double figures yet. 6 for Jason B. Real Jr., 6 for Nick Hopkins, 4 for DeMarcus Hall-Scriven, and a whole bunch of other Nanooks with 2. So look for the Nanooks to get some folks into some double figures here. Back and forth we have gone. Actually, the Nanooks have had the lead in this one for most of the game. Trying to find, I had the time here. Nanooks held the lead for over 15 minutes in that first half, and then we went back and forth down the stretch here. Nanooks as a team shooting 45% from the floor, hitting 16 out of 35 attempts. Western Washington just under 43% at 12 out of 28. Nanooks 1 for 6 behind the three-point line. So the only three-pointer comes from Tyler Miras, and 6 out of 13 for Western Washington, hitting 46% from the charity stripe. Western Washington perfect at 6 and 6 in the Nanooks, 2 out of 4. Nanooks leading big in the rebounding category, leading 23-13, and it'll be Nanook ball to start the second half in a very important GNAC matchup between these two teams. Nanooks looking to add to their GNAC total. B. Real Jr. not ready for that one inside. Finds it though right into his lap. Nanooks with their starters back out there. Well, no, B. Real didn't get the start. Hands it up. Hopkins, his shot blocked by Jonathan Ned. As Hopkins takes an elbow to the top of his head. It'll stay Alaska ball on their end here on the near sideline. .30 seconds gone here. Miras for a long three. Going to call a flop on Miras as the shot clock expired. So the Nanooks going to rein Tyler Miras in. So technical foul gets called. 2 free throws here on the Tech. And both of them no good by Minnis. So Miras picks up his. Well, let's see, they haven't put it up there on the official scoreboard. Still shows 0 team fouls. So he gets called for the flop. And then Minnis seemed like he rushed the free throws. Goes 0 for 2. So we'll stay at the same score as we were at the break. 1 point Viking lead. Hornbuckle for a long three with pressure on him, and a foul on the rebound is going to go on Jonathan Ned. That's his second first team foul. Vikings going to show pressure again in the backcourt. Kanoe draws Hornbuckle. Gets it across the timeline quickly. Hopkins swings it near side. Miras. Dangerous pass across the lane. Hopkins able to keep it. Now Miras lowers the shoulder and gets whistled for the offensive. First one on Miras. You can see him lower the shoulder and kind of push off. Here's a Hornbuckle. Kanoe on him. Gives it up. Johnson. Down low, Hopkins doing a good job, just trying to hold his ground. Up off the glass, too strong by B.J. Colley. Kanoe. Be Real Jr. outside, works off the Hopkins screen, changes directions, puts up a 12-footer, no good. Rebound loose. Boy, Mears almost took a collision there. Hornbuckle for three, no. And Nguyen looks to push it up, and he is going to go all the way. Held ball will be the call, and it will go back to the Vikings on the possession arrow. So Nguyen goes coast to coast, gets tied up, and loses it on the held ball. Still scoreless with 2 minutes gone in this second half. Lead stays at 1 for the Vikings. And Vikings at 3-3, and the GNAC Nanooks 1-5. Hornbuckle runs into Nguyen, hangs on to the dribble at 10 on the shot. And Nguyen steals it away. Alley-oop, and a slam over to Jason Be Real Jr. There's the spark Alaska could be looking for. Looking to answer right back with a three, no good. Rebound, Colley, and the putback, no good, and the follow-up, no good. Wow. Nice job by Nguyen. And Be Real Jr. on the flush. 3 of those for Be Real on Thursday night. Not quite near that dramatic, though. Nanooks back on top by 1. Shooting 2 and hitting the first is B.J. Colley with 7 points now. That one flat. Hopkins will come in and grab it. Be Real Jr. stays with it, looks and go one-on-one. Gives it to the cutter. Mears for 3, and he's good. Tyler Mears buries it from the baseline corner. 3-point Nanook lead. Great pass out of the lane by Brian Nguyen. Swing bounce pass to get Mears wide open. And Johnson gets a step on Mears and scores. Puts the lead back to 1 for Alaska. Nguyen calling for an inside. Now Mears at the free throw line. And a little turnaround, no good. Rebound, Kanoe. Fadeaway jumper hits. Kanoe now your Nanook. First Nanook into double figures with 10. Kai Johnson over to Hornbuckle for 3. Hornbuckle 0 for 3 behind the three-point line. Up ahead, Kanoe! Oh, he goes for the slam. Can he save it? No. Boy, that's a full speed. Tracking that one down. Hard to pull that off. So, sure, if he had a chance to do it over, he'd probably settle for the easy layup, but that will bring up a media timeout. Nanooks leading 42-39 with 15:55 remaining in the second half. And we're back out of the timeout. Nanooks going to put some full court pressure on. Leading by 3 with 15:50 remaining in regulation. Kai Johnson up the backhand, shortstop that one from going out. And the win gets a piece of it. First one on win, third team foul on Alaska, just one for the Vikings. Up and under, and Be Real blocks that one from Isaac Morrow, 6'6" sophomore. Checking in through that timeout. Be Real, left hand finger roll. 10 points for Jason Be Real Jr. now for Alaska as the lead grows to 5. Darius Gary back in for Western Washington as well. Hopkins, good job of coming in and saving it and able to hand it off. Miras was down on that far baseline calling for it. And the wind going to send him across to the other side and set things up. Working hard, takes it into the paint, gives it up. Miras behind the backboard, works his way back in, no good, and he takes a shot to the head and no call. And the Win hustling after that one. Sliding across the Alaska Airlines court here at the Alaska Airlines Gymnasium. So that whistle will bring up another media timeout, and that stops the clock with 14:36 to go. Coach Sparling looking for some explanations, with his team leading 44-39 here in the second half. And we're back out of our media timeout with 14:36 to go here. Second half action. Nanooks leading 44-39. 10 points for Jason Be Real Jr., 10 for Jordan Kanoe as well. Nanooks again out on the road next week. Thursday at St. Martin's and Saturday at Western Oregon. And the ladies will be on the road with them. And then the men come back here to Fairbanks. Next home game Saturday, January 28th, as the UAA Seawolves come to town. We'll have double Seawolf action with men's basketball against the Seawolves, and then game 6 of the Governor's Cup against the UAA Seawolf hockey team. That night, that weekend, it'll be Friday night down in Anchorage, and then Saturday back here in Fairbanks. And getting inside is Johnson for the basket. Going for the dunk, decided to just do the two-hand drop in. Nice pass. Hopkins has a block, picks it back up and puts it in. Nick Hopkins now with 8. Alaska back to a 5-point lead. Here's Johnson. Three ball on the way, and that one is good. Darius Gary, he's got 2 threes in the game for 6 points and brings his Vikings back within 2. Boy, a three-pointer sure can change the complexion of things quick. Be Real Jr. looking to go to work. Hopkins was going to come help him out, hangs on to it, gets Hopkins cutting inside and gets him. Boy, patient by Be Real Jr. Him and Hopkins had eyes on each other and find each other. Hopkins in double figures now with 10. Wow, and Kai Johnson all of a sudden is on fire. He's got 6 here in the second half and 10 in the game. Colley picks up number 2, and he's going to head over to the bench. Kajani will come in for B Real Jr. and Miras in for Hopkins. Two-point Nanook lead with 13:07 to go. Second half. Win sends it back to the timeline off the baseline. 13 minutes exactly. Kanoe looking to go to work, working off the Muhammad screen, gives it up to Doozy. Doozy looks cross court, nothing there, goes into the lane, needs to get out of there. Does. And I think Brian Nguyen stepped on the sideline. Going for the catch on that one, so the Vikings will get a chance to tie it up or possibly take the lead. Boy, this one is going to be a great finish. 12:42 to go, second half. 2-point Nanook lead. Miras cleans up that one and hangs on to it and scores. Miras with 8. 4-point Alaska lead. Quick release 3 is good for Darius Gary. His third 3 in the game. 2 in the second half again. Lead at 1 for Alaska. Nguyen looks to answer, and he does. Brian Nguyen gets the 3 back. Puts the lead back to 4. Back-to-back 3s. Johnson again looking to get in and throws it away. See if the Nanooks can capitalize on that turnover, and we'll get another timeout here on the floor with 11:49 to go here in this second half. 53-49, Alaska on top. Here for Alaska, just under 50% from the floor, 24 out of 50 attempts, 41% for the Vikings, hitting 17 out of 41. Nanooks 3 out of 9 behind the 3-point line, 8 out of 19 attempts for the Vikings. Nanooks 2 for 4 at the line, 7 out of 9 at the free throw line for the Vikings, and the Nanooks lead in the rebounding category continues to grow, leading now 33-18, 15 or 13-5 in offensive boards and 20-13 on the defensive end. Nanooks with 3 timeouts remaining. Vikings with 2, and Kanoe gets inside and draws the foul, and he'll take a trip to the stripe. Velp picks up his first. Now the Vikings with 3 team fouls. Nanooks with 3 as well. Kanoe with 11. BJ Colley back in. Colley with 2 personals, 7 points. Kanoe good for both. 12 points for him, and now a 6-point Nanook lead. There's Kai Johnson with the hot hand in the second half. Swings it out. 3 on the way by Velp. So they said a 2 on that one. 4-point lead. Kajani up in the air. comes back down and puts it in. 4 points for the 6'11 junior. Minnis gives it up. Darius Gary. Back to Minnis, calling for a pick. Doesn't get it. Gives it up. Johnson. Kanoe loses his footing. And Miras with it. Looks to push things up. Nanooks with some numbers. And trying to thread the needle. Was Kai Johnson coming up with the interception. And Nguyen will get a foul in the backcourt. 4th team foul in Alaska, 3rd for Nguyen. Velp hands it off to Gary. Minnis back to Velp. Challenges Kajani, cuts off the baseline. Whoa, Miras almost had a pick and a run. Gonna get an elbow, it looks like, on Miras. Miras picks up number 2. And that's the 5th team foul. So shooting foul, we'll go to the line for a pair with Darius Gary with 9 points for him, all behind the 3-point line. And second and goes. Gary into double figures for the Vikings. 5-point Nanook lead. Counting down to the midway point of our second half. Kanoe gonna work off the screen from Miras. Miras will roll back out on top and put up a 3 with 5 on the shot clock off the front of the 10, no good. And Johnson swings it cross court. Minnis. Boy, Minnis got up off his feet, almost lost it in the air there. And Johnson somehow gets through the defenders and scores. 12 points for Kai Johnson. 6'4" sophomore out of Olympia, Washington. Kajani. A little of a mismatch. Boy, Muhammad. Boy, I'm not sure why he wasn't putting it up from there. Now he's going to step back for 3 and hit it. That's why. And it draws a big smile from Abdullah Doozy Muhammad. 6-point Nanook lead. Offensive as Muhammad takes the charge. I'm going to go on Johnson. Isaac Garcia in for Alaska, and DeMarcus Hall-Scriven comes in with him. Kajani and Muhammad and Miras will stay out there for Alaska, leading by 6. And this is going to go on Miras as he kind of gave a little elbow. His second offensive. And that's his 3rd personal, now 6 in the team category for the Nanooks. Next one, Vikings will be shooting the bonus, and Be Real Jr. quickly to the scorers table. Johnson again sends it out. Velp, no good. Easy rebound for Muhammad. Looking up for Be Real, or for Miras. Hangs onto it and draws the foul. Since that's going to go on Colley. And that is his 3rd, 5th team for the Vikings. Minnis heads over to the bench to talk to head coach Tony Dominguez. Stats show 11th season as a head coach for Tony Dominguez, 28th overall at Western Washington. So not sure if he went from player to assistant coach into that head coaching position, but 28 years overall for Tony Dominguez. For the Vikings is Doozy Muhammad at the free throw line. Misses them both. Lead stays at 6. Hornbuckle looks to cut it in half, no good. He's still cold from long range. Garcia with Kajani up ahead of everybody. And that one just a little too far as Daniel Hornbuckle runs into Ralph Seekins down there taking photos and making sure that Mr. Seekins is okay. Speaking of Seekins, make sure you get your raffle ticket, $100 raffle tickets, your chance to win a brand new truck. Or if you decide you don't want the new truck, you could take $15,000. Also got a couple second, third place prizes as well. You can get more details. Go to AlaskaNanooks.com. They'll be drawing the winning name. First weekend of March in that final home game against Lindenwood at the Carlson Center. Minnis for 3, no good. Kajani strong on the board. 8 minutes to go in regulation. Nanooks hanging on to a 6-point lead. Garcia swings it over. Muhammad for 3, and he feeling it. 2 threes for Doozy Muhammad here. Velp looks to answer back. That one bounces off Muhammad's shoulder in there, going for the rebound. And Be Real Jr. Garcia. Be Real's going to have him set it back up. Garcia looking to go one-on-one, gets it inside, sends it out. Be Real Jr. wide open, far 3. Bounces around. Muhammad cleans it up and puts it in. 8 points in the second half for Doozy Muhammad, 10 in the game. And Western Washington is going to burn a timeout. Now trailing by 11. Nice run here by the Nanooks. Doozy Muhammad going to work for Alaska, and this will turn into a media timeout, and that'll stop the clock with 7:19 to go here in the second half. 65-54, Alaska on top. 16 fouls on the Nanooks and 5 for the Vikings. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. And we're back out of our media timeout with Alaska leading by 11. Nice run there for the Nanooks to open things up a little bit. Garcia now challenges Minnis in the backcourt. Muhammad bites on that one and getting it in on the switch. It's B.J. Cawley. 9 points for him. Garcia gives it up. Be Real Jr. Muhammad going to go over and see if he can back his man down. Looks cross court, nothing there. Hangs on to it. Gets it into the lane, up and over the top of everybody. DeMarcus Hall-Scriven at the elbow. Comes up just short. Lands right into the hands of Minnis. Where Minnis seems to be going 100 miles an hour all times. B.J. Cawley challenges Kajani. Hands it off and puts it in as Jonathan Ned. 5 points for him. 7-point Nanook lead. Quick 4-point run by the Vikings. Be Real Jr. In, out, in, no good. Loose. Kajani cleans it up, looking for some help, and then has it knocked out of his hands. He was trying to get it to Garcia, and that pull-up no good. Now it's loose and picked up by the Vikings. Official on the baseline says it will stay. Doozy Muhammad looking to get a sub in here, and he gets one. So Brian Wynn and Jordan Canoe in. Muhammad is gassed right now. So they're screaming to get a substitute in for him, so he is winded. You could see him over there on the bench, gassed. 5:35 remaining, 7-point Nanook lead. 5 on the shot clock. Minnis gets it to Johnson. Johnson, oh, and B-Real Jr. had it, was thinking about the pass down court. But let's see here. Officials are going to meet. Got something. Maybe there was a foul, or maybe the shot clock violation will go on the Vikings. So they're gonna put a second on the shot clock. So that's what the conversation was about. So 1 second for the Vikings. And now they're gonna talk. No, now they're gonna tell the Nanook bench to have a seat. Never understood why your bench can't be up cheering. Sure, there's a rule someplace, and the Nanooks interrupt that one and come away with it. That would have been tough for them to get something off that shot clock. B-Real Jr. gets it up there and in. 12 points for him. Lead grows to 9 for Alaska. Minnis with Garcia on him. Kai Johnson had a good little run here. And BJ Colley works his way inside. He's got 11. 4:40 and counting, regulation. Next foul on the Nanooks. And the Vikings will be shooting the bonus 5 team fouls for WWU. Ryan Nguyen with the big man on him. B-Real Jr. thought about a 3. Has it knocked out of his hands, and Johnson comes up with it. And Nguyen fouls on the floor, so no basket before the shot, but we will go to the line to shoot the bonus. Ryan Nguyen picks up number 3. And that is the 7th team foul on the Nanooks, so the Vikings will shoot the bonus the remainder of the way. And Muhammad, hopefully he got the breath and the rest he needed, because he is quickly called back into action, and he'll replace Mawich Kajani. One and one coming up here for Kai Johnson. Kai Johnson with 12 in the game, 2 for 2 from the stripe earlier in the game. Now 3 for 3. Makes it a 6-point Alaska lead. Sure, Hornbuckle would like to get in here and get some minutes down the stretch, and I'm sure we'll see him back. Second one good for Johnson. Johnson having a solid second half. Miras back in for the Nanooks. And Garcia will head over to the bench. Full court pressure now. See how the Nanooks handle this. Miras going to go post up far side. Try to spread things out now, down to 4 minutes remaining. Nanooks come up empty on that one. Quick shot, no good. Nguyen and Kanoe up in the air together. That one may have gone off Kanoe's lip as he's kind of looking at that. Oh, and Minnis reads that one perfectly and intercepts it and scores. Minnis with 12. Just like that, the lead is down to 3 for Alaska. 3:26 on the clock. Minnis again, boy, trying to get an interception there. Timeout taken by Alaska Nanook head coach Greg Sparling. Going to have a conversation with his squad. They're going to have to watch their passes. Minnis really stepping up his defensive pressure, so this timeout will turn into a media timeout. 67-64, Nanooks on top with 3:19 remaining. Reminder, Alaska will be out on the road next week, Thursday at St. Martin's, and then Saturday at Western Oregon, then back at home January 28th, taking on the UAA Seawolves. All right, we're back with 3:19 remaining here in regulation, and Western Washington right back into this thing here. A couple miscues by the Nanooks, and their 11-point lead has vanished. Minnis with an interception and a basket. Kanoe to Miris now down to 7 on the shot. And the foul is going to go on Kai Johnson, and Tyler Miris, 6'7" freshman from Bothell, Washington, will go to the free throw line. 16th foul on the Vikings, second on Johnson. Miris no good on first. And second one, good. 4-point Nanook lead. 3 minutes exactly remaining. BJ Cawley working down Muhammad. Loses the handle, it's still loose. BJ Cawley somehow saves it. And a long 2 for Jonathan Ned. 4-point lead. 2:38, Miris at the point right now for Alaska. Works off the Muhammad screen and puts the floater in. Four-point Alaska lead, 2:20. And the win all over Minnis, yelling at him. Ty Johnson at the free throw line, no good. Muhammad, wow, takes a shove and ends up into the padding. Oh no, and is he gonna need some help over to the bench? He's gonna walk it off. I don't know if he got a hip pointer as he went into the wall with a polar bear on it pretty hard. So timeout taken here. Let's see if this is the whistle that turns into a media timeout. No foul is called here. So it looks like it's a media timeout. No indication on a foul on that one is Doozy Muhammad. Boy, it takes it hard up off the wall there. Thank goodness for the padding here at the Patty Center. 2:02 remaining here. Nanooks leading by 4. 17 fouls on the Nanooks, so the Vikings are shooting the bonus. Vikings with 16 fouls, so Their next one will send Alaska to the line. And Muhammad able to walk it off as he'll stay on the floor for Alaska. In the win, Tyler Miris, Kanoe, and Jason B. Real Jr. Full court pressure again as we hit the 2-minute mark. Kanoe will hang on to it and lead his team down. Gonna work off a double screen up on the top. It's gonna need some help, finds it inside. Muhammad's gonna challenge and score. 12 points for Doozy Muhammad, 10 of them here in the second half. Nanooks showing some pressure right now. 6-point Alaska lead. 94 seconds remain. Minnis. And they're going to put that one on B.J. Cawley with the push as he goes to swat at the rebound. Oh no, now they're going to switch it up. They switch it up and put it on Muhammad, and that's his third. 18 fouls on Alaska, and boy, just what you thought was going to be a foul on the Vikings and Nanooks getting the ball will result in Western Washington going to the free throw line for the bonus. Official making sure everybody understands it's a 1-and-1. It's live. And he hits the first one. 4 out of 5 at the charity stripe for B.J. Cawley. 12 points. That one no good. B. Real Jr. almost gets it stripped away from him, hangs on to it. Five-point Alaska lead, 2-possession game. We'll see if the Vikings, when they choose to foul, Alaska going to burn up as much of this shot clock as they can, make them come out. Somebody's going to be open. Miris, little spin move, and he draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for a pair. Nice job by Tyler Miris getting in the land of the bigs here with the Vikings. And so now the Nanooks will be shooting the bonus, but this one a shooting foul, so 2 for Tyler Miris. And Miris gets it. 12 points for the freshman. And now makes it a 3-possession game. Huge free throws by Miris. Vikings getting desperate, going for a 3. No good, loose. We've gotten a win. B. Real Jr. looking to flush it. Oh, and the defender got a piece of it. Oh, Coach Sparling is not happy with that. I know that they want to put on a show. Offensive. Wow, and now Muhammad and Miris, or excuse me, B. Real Jr. yelling at each other as Muhammad picks up his 4th. And Hornbuckle gets ready to come back in for the Vikings. So we got a timeout here on the floor taken by Western. So quick timeout here. .8 to go. Muhammad was just fired up. And I think he was just mad with Be Real Jr. went down for that dunk when probably wanted him to slow it down and burn up some clock and make the Vikings foul him, but Be Real. So we will be at the free throw line. First one is good for Minnis. And now a 6-point game. That makes it a 2-possession. And a 5-point game. 2 free throws go for Minnis. 14 for him. And they intercept it. Shot is blocked and a foul in the backcourt on Hornbuckle. It's going to be on 3 on him. And now the Nanooks will go to the free throw line. And they will shoot the bonus. And Doozy Muhammad gets out of his spot, hanging on to a right hip as he's hit the ground a few times. It's 1-1 here for Jordan Kanoe. And that one in and out. Rebound, Vikings. Just a 5-point game. This would be a 3. That one no good. Johnson with the follow, and he draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. So Kai Johnson with a good look at a 3, gets in, gets his rebound, goes for the putback. And the foul is going to go on Doozy Muhammad, so his evening is over. He ends up with 12 points. Guys with 12. Doozy Muhammad with 12. Jason Be Real Jr. with 12. Tyler Miras with 12. At the line shooting 2. It's Kai Johnson. 5 out of 5 at the line. Makes it a 4-point Nanook lead. With a chance to turn it into a 1-possession game. And he comes up with an air ball. Wow. Wow, man, instead of that being a... And Johnson saves it, throws it off to win. And the Vikings have it on their end. Good hustle by Kai Johnson. And you got to take it right out in front of the water bottles. 4-point game with 23 seconds to go. Minnis gives it up. Hornbuckle for 3 in the air with a defender on him. Rattles around, no good. Alaska unable to save it, and that stops the clock with 16 seconds to go. Being a 2-possession, Western will take whatever they can get here for a shot. Three-pointer, Hornbuckle, no good. 10 seconds to follow up, no good. Miras with it. And a held ball is called, and that stops the clock with 7.6, and the possession arrow will go to Alaska. And Johnson comes down and gets the ball back. Let's see, they're going to talk to the clock operators. Well, they're going to clear everybody out, and they're going to take a look at it. I don't know if they're looking to see who touched it last or if they're checking where the clock should be, but 6.9 on the clock. We've got the officials over at the table looking at the review. So let's see if it's going to stay as it was called. And it goes Alaska's way. So the Nanooks will have it on the far end line. All they really have to do is just try to dribble it out. I would have to imagine that the Vikings are going to foul immediately. Tony Dominguez asking for an explanation. Kind of walks away from the conversation with a smile. Nguyen with it. He's fouled, so he'll go down and shoot free throws. This will be the 1-and-1, and it stops things with 5.9 to go. Hornbuckle picks up his 4th. Hornbuckle with 5 in the game. Nguyen at the free throw line. 5 points for him. Smith called that one intentional, so shooting 2, hits the first one. And the second one no good. Rebound. Vikings looking to push. 3 on the way, and it goes. Stops it with .06 seconds, and that will do it. The Nanooks hang on to win 75-73. Let's see now, head coach Tony Dominguez wants to take a look at the clock. After the basket, though, it would be Alaska ball. If there's any time left, it's going to be a fraction of a second probably. I mean, their only hope would be a clean interception. And they say that is it. As they take a look at the shot clock, and the Nanooks will pick up the win 75-73. Man, oh man, what a game. 12 points for Doozy Muhammad, 12 points for Jason B. Real Jr., 12 points for Jordan Kanoe, 10 for Nick Hopkins, 5 for Brian Nguyen, 4 apiece for DeMarcus Hall-Scriven and Mawich Kajani. Kai Johnson with a big second half here for the Vikings. All right, we're going to get head coach Greg Sparling up here, so we're going to get things adjusted around, and we'll talk with our head coach here in just a couple minutes. All right, welcome back here. We've got the Alaska Nanooks head coach Greg Sparling with us. Coach Sparling, well, we end up hanging on for a 2-point victory here in a battle of a game.
A good friend of mine once told me it doesn't matter how much you win by it as long as you get the W. And you know what, these guys gave me a heart attack at the end of the game, but the scoreboard shows that we prevailed. I'm happy for the guys. It's been a rough start of 2023.
Yeah.
But I thought our guys did excellent.
Yeah, you had 4 guys with 12 points, 10 points for Nick Hopkins, so a well-balanced scoring attack. And Doozy Muhammad again out there playing with so much emotion on the floor.
He just leaves it on the floor every single game. He plays as hard as he can, and everybody does. I thought tonight versus Thursday night we were so much less selfish.
Right.
I thought Thursday night, you go back, watch a tape, I thought we were pretty selfish, but here we shared the ball. They executed the game plan. Is what I'm very excited for.
So kind of nice to get a split here at home, you know, and the GNAC still so close, and this even makes it even tighter in the standings. And now you guys head out on the road for 2. You're down at Central Washington or St. Martin's in Western Oregon, so big road trip coming up.
It doesn't get any easier, and you know, with the 12 new guys we have, you know, we went out on our first road swing. I don't think they understand what it takes in the GNAC. Maybe that helped them out a little bit, but we're going right into 2 tough games. St. Martin's, they are going to be angry. They dumped 2 in the last couple times out. Then we continue down to Western Oregon.
All right, so like every game in the GNAC just gets tougher and tougher. Jason B. Real Jr. yesterday with 3 flushes, today with a nice clean one, and probably one that you probably would like to see back down the very final seconds.
You know, I haven't been sleeping, but I think when I fall asleep, I might see that one in my sleep. But I'll tell you what, I mean, they play hard.
They do.
They play hard. Sometimes it's not as pretty as other nights, but I thought our guys held on and did what they needed to do to get the dub.
All right, so everybody kind of healthy as we get ready to head out on the road?
I hope so. We got a little bit of the flu running through us a little bit, but hopefully, you know, we don't take off till Wednesday. Hopefully we get all taken care of. You know, like I said, we got a tough road swing ahead of us, and we'll take one at a time.
All right, and then we'll see you guys back here on January 28th as the Seawolves come to town. So you'd like to get that one back that they got on you guys down there at the Alaska Airlines Center.
Without a doubt. I think, you know, our guys learned a very valuable lesson there. You just can't show up in the GNAC. So we'll be ready for them. But before we got that, we got a tough St. Martin's team that's probably pretty angry right now because they went out and dumped 2 on the road.
All right, well, we get the win, 75-73. Nanooks out on the road. You can follow everything along AlaskaNanooks.com. Coach Sparling, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us here at the Patty Center. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be watching. Their final 75-73. Nanooks hold on to take this one and move to 2-4 in the GNAC, or 2-5, excuse me, in the GNAC, and that will put Western Washington at 3-4. I'm Ken Viemeyer for everybody up here at the Patty Center. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great weekend.